April 19th, Joshua chapter 19th, verse 1st, until chapter 20th, verse 9th. And the second lot came forth to Simon, even for the tribe of the children of Simon, according to their families. And their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. And they had in their inheritance Beersheba and Seba and Moladah and Hazar-Sual and Bala and Azan and Eltolad and Bethul and Orma and Ziklag and Beth Markaboth and Azar Susa and Beth Lebaoth and Sadwen, 13 cities and their villages, Ain, Rimmon, and Ether, and Azan, 4 cities and their villages, and all the villages that were round about these cities, to Baalath Beer, Hamath of the south. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simon according to their families. Out of the portion of the children of Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simon, for the part of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore the children of Simon had their inheritance within the inheritance of them. And the third lot came up for the children of Zebulun according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was unto Sarid. And their border went up toward the sea, and Maralah, and reached to the Bazeth, and reached to the river that is before Jokneam, and turned from Sarid eastward toward the sunrising unto the border of Chisloth Tabor, and then geth out to Daberath, and geth up to Japhia, and from thence passeth on along on the east to Gitah-Hefer, to Itah-Kassin, and geth out to Rimmon Methoar to Neah, and the border compasseth it on the north side to Anaton, and the outgoings thereof are in the valley of Jiphthael, and Kathath, and Naalau, and Sinron, and Hidalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Zebulun according to their families, the cities with their villages. And the fourth lot came out to Issachar, for the children of Issachar according to their families, and their border was toward Jezreel, and Kesuloth, and Sunan, and Ephraim, and Sion, and Anaharath, and Habith, and Kision, and Abez, Hemath, and Enganim, and Enhadath, and Beth Passes, and the coast reacheth to Tabor, and Shazima, and Beth Shemesh, and the outgoings of their border were at Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar, according to their families, the cities and their villages. And the fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Aser, according to their families. And their border was Elkath, and Ali, and Bethem, and Aksaph, and Alamelech, and Amad, and Misael, and Hitcheth to Carmel westward, and to Seor Libnath, and turneth toward the sunrising to Bethlehem, and reacheth to Zebulun, and to the valley of Jiphthael toward the north side of Bethmech and Nael, and geth out to Kabul on the left hand, and Hebron, and Rehob, and Ammon, and Cana, even unto great Zidon. And then the coast turneth to Ramah, and to the strong city Tyre, and the coast turneth to Uzzah, and the outgoings thereof are at the sea from the coast to Achzib, Umath also, and Aphek, and Heop, 22 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Aser, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali, even for the children of Naphtali according to their families. And their coast was from Eleph, from Elon to Zahananim, and Adami, Nekeb, and Jabneel, unto Lakan, and the outgoings thereof were at Jordan. And then the coast turneth westward to Aznoth Tabor, and geth out from thence to Hukok, and reacheth to Zebulun on the south side, and reacheth to Aser on the west side, and to Judah upon Jordan toward the sunrising. And the fenced cities are Zidin, Zer, and Amath, Rakath, and Cinnereth, and Adamah, and Hamath, and Azor, and Kedesh, and Edrei, and En Azor, and Iran, and Migdal, Oren, and Beth Anath, and Beth Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali according to their families, the cities and their villages. And the seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families. And the coast of their inheritance was Judah, and Estaol, and Irzemesh, and Salabin, and Ajalon, and Jetha, and Elon, and Timnathah, and Ekron, and Eltekeh, and Gibbethon, and Baalath, and Jehud, and Beneberak, and Gath-Rimmon, and Mejarkon, and Rakom, with the border before Japheth. And the coast of the children of Dan went out too little for them. Therefore the children of Dan went up to fight against Lesem, and took it, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and possessed it, and dwelt therein, and called Lesem Dan, after the name of Dan their father. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families, the cities with their villages. When they had made an end of dividing the land for inheritance by their hosts, the children of Israel gave an inheritance to Joshua the son of Nun among them. According to the word of the Lord, they gave him the city which he asked, even Timnath Serah in Mount Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt therein. These are the inheritances which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel, divided for an inheritance by lot in Shiloh before the Lord, at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So they made an end of dividing the country. The Lord also spake unto Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Appoint out for you cities of refuge, whereof I spake unto you by the hand of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he that doth flee unto one of those cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place, that he may dwell among them. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up into his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly, and hated him not before time. And he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return and come unto his own city, and unto his own house, unto the city from whence he fled. And they appointed Kedesh in Galilee, in Mount Naphtali, and Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and Kirjatharba, which is Hebron, in the mountain of Judah. And on the other side, Jordan by Jericho eastward, they assigned Bezer in the wilderness upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth in Gilead out of the tribe of Gad, and Galam in Bashan out of the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them, that whosoever killeth any person at unawares might flee thither, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he stood before the congregation.